Hi students, this is my third video. Already last two videos already discussed the introduction part of the matters and physical characteristics of matters and chemical characteristics of matters. So now we are going to start final part of the chemical properties of the matter is the mixers. So what is the mixer? See properly a definition. Mixer may be defined as mixers, a combination of two or more elements, or combination of two or more compounds in any proportion so that the components do not lose their identity. So this is the most important point. So mixers are nothing but combination of two or more elements. So in our the mixers, whenever involved in the chemical reaction, they does not lose their identity. They does not lose their identity. For example, see here. For example, air is a mixture of several gases. You know that air is the best example. Air is a mixture of several gases. So that's why air is the best of mixer. The components of the mixers can be separated by the ordinary methods. As already learnt, mixers are two types. So my dear students, actually the mixers means the combination of two or more elements or combination of two or more compound. So here mixers can easily to separated with normal or general methods, separations methods. For example, the mixers are two types in our nature. Number one is the homogeneous mixers, and second one is the heterogeneous mixers. What is the meaning of homogeneous mixer? See properly. A mixer is said to be homogeneous if it has a uniform composition throughout. For example, homogeneous mixers means it not easily to separated. This homogeneous means completely mixing. The component of mixer cannot be seen ever under the powerful microscope. That is the most important point. Homogeneous mixers means it's not easily to separated any kind of the technique methods. So that's why my dear students, the best example, some examples of homogeneous mixers. See here some examples of homogeneous mixers: air, gasoline, seawater, brass, etc. Air is a homogeneous mixer of number of gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. So that's why how we will consider air is a homogeneous mixer, because of air is not a single compound, it's a combination of number of gases. That's why air is the best examples of homogeneous mixers. So moreover, homogeneous mixer does not separated with any normal techniques method. That is the most important point. It's only to visible in with the help of the microscope. For example, air does not see anyone because of its naked eye. So that's why how to find out the compositions of particles in the air through the microscope. So two important points of homogeneous mixer. Homogeneous mixer is a mixer is said to be homogeneous. It has uniform composition. Uniform means no one can't identify. For example, salt solution. Salt plus water is there. So if you see salt water, the inside of the salt water, two compositions are there. No one can't identify because of salt plus water. Both of them is completely mixer. So this kind of the mixers are called homogeneous mixers. The second one is heterogeneous mixers. See, what is the meaning of heterogeneous mixer? A mixer is said to be heterogeneous if it is a composition is not uniform throughout. It's not uniform throughout. Homogeneous mixer, heterogeneous mixer. These mixers consist of two or more parts called phases, so which have different composition, and these have visible boundaries of the separations between the different constituent and can easily seen even with the naked eye. For example, mixture of iron fillings, common salt and sulfur gives a heterogeneous mixer in which the component can be seen lying set by very easily. So that's why the major differentiation of the homogeneous mixer or heterogeneous mixer. Homogeneous mixer, no one can't see the particles in the solution, and heterogeneous mixer, they have separate boundary. But best example is kerosene plus water. Ipo kerosene plus waters combined together, so there does not mix it both of them. So kerosene is separated, water is separated. So this is called heterogeneous mixer. Why? Because heterogeneous mixer, kerosene does not soluble in the water. So two different kind of the substances are there inside of the kerosene solution. So it can easily to identify, that is called heterogeneous mixers. And most important point is homogeneous mixers never separated with the help of ordinary condition of the techniques method, but heterogeneous mixer, it can easily to separated with the normal separation techniques method. For example, filtration, evaporation and distillation, etc. Understood, Nana? Okay students, now we are going to start some important terms in chemistry. This is the most important. Till now I finished classification of matter, either physical classification of matter and chemical classification of matter. After that you are going to start right now some important terms. So you don't know the definitions of these terms. It is very difficult to understanding concept in chemistry. So that's why now we will start important terms in chemistry. So the first one is atom. Already I told my previous class, I said my previous classes, what is the atom? Sinana, atom is the, listen, atom is a ultimate particle of matter. Ultimate particle of matter. It means every matter is consist of very tiniest particle, that is called molecule, and molecule again consists of very smallest particle, that is atom. So that's why atom definition is ultimately, so ultimate particle of matter. Which is the ultimate particle of matter? Atom. Atom is the ultimate particle of matter. So once again, atoms are together to form molecule, molecules are together to form matters. So the second definition, my dear students, molecule. What is the meaning of molecule? See properly. More than two atoms are together. More than two atoms are together to form a molecule. For example, carbon 1 atom, oxygen 2 atoms. So here 3 atoms are combined to form carbon dioxide molecule. So this is called molecule. So this is carbon atom and this is the element. O2 means element. Atom plus element, both combined are ultimately more than 2 atoms are held together to form single molecule. This is carbon dioxide. So my dear students, what is a molecule? More than 2 atoms are together to form a new product. That product name is the molecule. Next one, third term is element. So my dear students, already I discussed it in my previous classes, the exact definition of element. Now again I will say identical atoms. Identical atoms means same atoms. Identical atoms are joined together to form a molecule, that is called element. See here, hydrogen plus hydrogen. Hydrogen plus hydrogen, two different same atoms. Identical means same atoms. So two atoms to form molecule. Already I said molecule means two atoms are together. This is molecule, but this molecule separate name is the element. Why? Because see, identical atoms, whenever identical atom means same atoms. Whenever identical atoms are connected together to form a molecule, that kind of molecule is called element. So next one, chlorine, same identical atoms to form chlorine molecule. This chlorine molecule is commonly known as element. It's nothing but chlorine molecule is also correct or chlorine element is also correct. Aprama see, fluorine to fluorine, identical atoms are held together to form fluorine molecule as well as a fluorine element. So next one, compounds. Already I said here, element means identical atom. Compound means different atoms. Most important thing is different atoms or different compounds. So different atoms. Hydrogen, chlorine is a different atoms or different molecules to form HCl. So my dear students, don't confusion. Element is nothing but identical atoms are connected together to form a molecule, that is called element. Compound means different atoms are connected together to form a molecule. This is also molecule. This is a molecule, this is molecule. This molecule name is element, and different atoms are connected together. That molecule name is the compounds. And fifth term is important term, ion. What is the meaning of ion? My dear students, commonly every atom, listen carefully, this is the atom. Every atom, listen, every atom has spherical shape, spherical symmetrical shape. It's made up of nucleus. This is called nucleus. I represented nucleus, Nu plus. So every atom is made up of one nucleus. See, every atom compulsory consists of three main particles. Three main particles, that is called electron, second one proton, third one neutron. Main particles. So that's why electron, proton, neutrons are atomic particle. It's nothing but subatomic particle. So most important key point is every atom, listen carefully, every atom, three main particles are there. Electrons, listen carefully, electrons are present in the outermost of the nucleus. This is the nucleus. Electrons always present in the outermost of the nucleus. And protons, neutrons are present in the inside of the nucleus. That is the most important point. And electrons are always negative charge. Proton is always positive charge. Neutron 0. There is no charges. Now my question is, inside of atom, how many subatomic particles are there? 3 subatomic particles. Number 1 is the electron, number 2 is the proton, number 3 is the neutron. Electrons are negatively charged particle. Protons are positively charged particle. That's why I represented negative charge, positive charge. Neutrons are 0 charges. So, one more question, my dear students. In atom, in entire the atom, how many charges are there? Only 2 charges. One charge is electron, negative charge. Another charge is the positive. But atomic particles, subatomic particles are 3. Electrons are negative charge. Protons are positive charge. Neutrons are neutral charge. There is no charge. And another important point is proton, neutron is always present in the inside of the nucleus. That's why, my dear students, proton, neutrons are commonly known as nucleons. So what are the nucleons? Proton plus neutrons are the nucleons. So why it called nucleons? Because of these 2 subatomic particles are present in the inside of the nucleus. That's why proton plus neutrons are commonly known as the nucleons. So understood? So electrons are present in the outer side of the nucleus. It's a negatively charged particle. Protons or neutrons are present in the inside of the nucleus. Proton has positively charged particle. Neutrons are no charges. So proton plus neutron, it's commonly known as the nucleons because of they are present in the nucleus. See, now what is the definition of ion? See properly. An atom either lose the electron or gain the electron, that is called ion. An atom either lose the electron or gain the electron. For example, see Nana, this is an atom. Listen carefully. Already I discussed. Electrons are present in the outer side of the nucleus. Protons are present in the inside. Neutrons are present in the inside. Every atom in chemical reaction, most important thing is, every atom in chemical reaction either lose the electrons or gain the electrons. Lose the electron or gain the electron. Most important, Nana. So every atom in the chemical reaction, for example, X is one of the atom. It is involved in the chemical reaction. It's depending on either lose the electron or gain the electron. For example, any one of the atom. Most important thing is, generally every atom, Nana. Generally every atom, electron number always equal to the proton number. This is the most important point. But neutron numbers are different. We'll explain later class. So, but basic point is, electron number is always equal to the proton number. For example, 10 electrons are present in one atom. So, 10 protons are there. 20 electrons are present in the atom, exactly 20 protons are there. This is the most important key point. So every atom has 3 subatomic particle, electron, proton, neutron, but electron numbers is always similar to the proton number. So first of all, what is the ion? For example, this is an atom. Now I will show one more example. See here. See Nana. For example, see. Now I will write sodium atom. In the sodium atom, electrons are 11 electrons generally. Protons are 11 protons. Neutrons are 12 neutrons. See properly. So my dear students, electrons are 11, protons are 11, neutrons are 12. For example, the sodium atom, listen carefully. Sodium atom, electron number, proton number are same. If the sodium atom loses one electron, it means sodium loses one electron to form Na plus charge. Most important point. Why positive charge? Actually, the sodium atom 10 electrons, 10 negative charge, 11 negative charges, 11 positive charges are there. இப்போ ஒரு எலக்ட்ரான் லூஸ் ஆயினா ஒரு எலக்ட்ரான் லூஸ் பண்ணா அப்ப என்ன ஆச்சு எத்தனை எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் இருக்கு only 10 electrons. So actually sodium 11 electrons 11 protons. If sodium loses one electron, so extra one proton is there. So that's why whenever any atom lose the electron, it will show positive charge. Why? Because extra protons are there. So my dear students, most important key point is any atom if loses the electron, they are converted into positive charge. This is called ion. What kind of ion? Cation. So cation means any one of the neutral atom. This is called neutral atom. Neutral atom means negative charge, positive charge are same. So this is neutral atom. Any neutral atom either lose one electron or two electron, they are converted into positive charge. That positive charge ion name is the cation. Once again, my dear students, listen carefully. What is the ion? Generally ion means any atom either lose the electron or gain the electron, that is called ion. So see once again here. See, this is the atom, X atom. It's nothing but electron number is equal to the proton number. Electrons are outside of the nucleus, protons, neutrons are inside of the nucleus. See, this is the neutral atom. Neutral atom means electron number similar equal to the proton number. For example, the X lose the electron. அப்போ என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு ஒரு electron lose பண்ணா X positive charge is formed because of ஒரு electron negative charge lose பண்ணா extra protons are there. That's why extra positive charge. If one atom gain the electron, that is called X minus. So most important thing is any one of the atom lose the electron, positive charge. Any one of the atom gain the electron, negative charge. So this charged particle name is ion. What kind of ion? Cation. This is called ion. Also this is name is anion. So listen carefully. Any atom either lose the electron or gain the electron, commonly known as ion. But if you lose the electron, particular name is cation. Gain the electron is particular name is the anion. So this is the most important point in basic concept of the chemistry. Don't forget. So ion is nothing but, once again see my dear student, an atom either lose the electron or gain the electron, that is called ion. If lose the electron means, if lose the electron means cation, gain the electron means anion. So my dear students, this is the third part. The next part will be continue next class. I hope understood this lesson. Okay. Do you have any doubts? In my next class we will discuss all doubts. Okay Nana, thank you.